Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I have another meal planning video. This is a lunchtime meal planning video. So I'm gonna jump right in and share with you guys a few lunchtime recipes that I like that you can make ahead of time or make right at lunchtime. Keep your eye out for meal planning videos. I will be doing breakfast, lunch, and dinner and then repeating that so that there are lots of recipes that I can share with you guys and you have lots of different options. So starting with the first one, I'm making a quinoa bowl. So I'm starting with some spinach. I'm just kind of chopping that up loosely, very rough. I chopped up some green onion and also some avocados, and I'm cutting some cherry tomatoes in half. Then I'm cooking up some quinoa. I like to prep quinoa ahead of time because I use it for a few different recipes. So what I do is 1 cup of quinoa to 2 cups of water, bring it to a boil, reduce it to a simmer, put a top on, and let it kind of steam until it looks fluffy like this. Very similar to how you would cook rice. So I'm putting the quinoa down at the bottom, and then I'm going to add the spinach, the tomatoes, the avocado, and the diced onion, and I'm going to add some balsamic vinegar, a little bit of olive oil, and some salt and pepper. This by itself can definitely be filling, but you can also use it as a side with some protein. There's a lot of different options you can do with this particular salad or quinoa bowl, if you will. So I like to make it ahead of time. You can keep it in the refrigerator for a few days, and you can reach for it at lunchtime when you want to pair it with something else or eat it by itself. The next recipe is another one you can make ahead of time. It's really easy. I started with some brown rice pasta. I just cooked that up. They're little spiral pastas. Just like I did with the quinoa, I'm actually adding the spinach into the warm pasta that's just been cooked and rinsed. And this will kind of cause a little bit of cooking for the spinach, so the spinach will wilt a little tiny bit. I did the same thing with the last recipe with the quinoa. I added the spinach into the warm quinoa so it had a chance to kind of cook a little bit. I'm dicing up some tomatoes. I added some mozzarella. My pronunciation's probably wrong. But anyway, I'm also gonna add some Italian dressing into this that I got at Trader Joe's, shaking it up. I'm gonna pour a little bit in there. You can put as little or as much as you want. And then stick this in the refrigerator. You wanna cover it, stick it in the refrigerator, and you have a cold pasta salad. Now this is great by itself, but it also works really great as a side to a sandwich. So if you want to make a sandwich and have this on the side, if you want to have it by itself, it's one of those things you can make ahead of time and you'll find yourself reaching. You can also pack it up and take it to work with you if that's easier. So this is a really nice lunch option and something that you can prep ahead of time and have in your refrigerator. It lasts for a few days. I'd say about 3 or 4 days before you need to toss it. So I'm adding a little bit of salt and pepper, and then that finishes up this really easy cold pasta salad. This next bowl is really yummy. It's a Hawaiian tofu bowl. This one is best eaten pretty much right away, so it's not so much a prep. You could prep it ahead of time and eat it, but it's really good just freshly made. So I'm starting by grilling up some pineapple slices. So I'm gonna grill those up. In a pan, I'm gonna cook up some firm tofu, which I get from Trader Joe's, and I'm just gonna let that brown on both sides. Then I'm gonna add the Island Soyaki Marinade to the tofu and let that cook for about 2 minutes or so. The tofu really takes on the flavor of the Island Soyaki Marinade, and I get that in the marinade section at Trader Joe's. It's really delicious. And so I'm gonna let that cook. You can make this with rice, jasmine rice, brown rice. I'm making it with quinoa. You can choose however you wanna do it. I'm taking the rest of the quinoa from the day before and I'm just going to use this, and then I'm going to put the tofu on top. I steamed some veggies, which are totally optional. I have zucchini and some bell peppers that I'm going to add, and then the pineapple on top of that. This is pretty quick and easy to make, but it's super duper yummy, and it works for a lunch or a dinner, so I would definitely try it out, and definitely try out that marinade. It is unreal. So next I'm making a hummus avocado sandwich. Very easy. I use Ezekiel bread, but you can use any type of bread you want. Ezekiel bread, once it gets toasted, is a little bit of a drier bread, I will say, but I tend to stick with Ezekiel bread. It's a sprouted grain bread. I'm spreading some hummus, adding some avocado, some tomato, a little bit of salt and pepper. You could add spinach if you want, lettuce if you have it. If you want to add turkey or whatever you want to add to it. I'm just keeping it simple like this. And I will have a sandwich that I will prep. I'll put it in a Ziploc bag and take it with me if I want to. And you know, you can also pack some of the cold pasta salad to go on the side, or a little salad on the side, some soup. So this is something that you can pack ahead of time and take with you the next day. Super easy to throw together, but I think the key is having a few options that you can pair. So these are just a few quick ideas for lunch. I will be sharing more in the future, but keep your eye out for the meal planning videos, and I will see you guys very soon for another video. Bye.